Hi parents and students, this is Mrs. King. I wanted to share with you a brief video overview of the website and all of the classroom procedures that we have for making our return to school as safe as possible. So I'm going to go through the site with you now. So there are two ways to access the returning to school information. You can either do it up here at the top bar with the drop-down menu and all of the information there, or you can click on the link right here. So here it is. So to start, Mr. Sanders and myself will be doing a blended version of learning, which is in-person, distance learning, students zooming into the class, and then asynchronous learning going on via Seesaw and paper packets. In the classroom, the students will be at their desks. There will be a camera or is a camera set up with a monitor for the students who will be zooming in, as well as a second camera that's just focused on the teacher who is doing the instruction for the lesson. So myself or Mr. Sanders. The types of learning. So there's either hybrid, which is a little bit of home and a little bit of school, or distance learning. The hybrid students will be broken into two teams, the A team and the B team. A team students will come to school on Monday and Tuesdays and will be virtual Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. B team students will come to school on Thursdays and Fridays and will attend school virtually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. Distance learning students will just not come to school at all and will remain in a virtual world. The overview of the schedule. A team is in person, while B team on Mondays is at home. They will be zooming into the classroom and doing their lessons on Seesaw and paper packets. The same as for Tuesdays. Wednesdays, everybody is virtual learning. Thursdays, the A team stays at home while the B team now comes to do their in-person instruction. And the same for on Fridays. Distance learning, you are virtually only. And virtual learners will at any time will Zoom, into the live sessions with the students. And paper packets will be delivered on Mondays to the B team students and the distance learning students. And we'll get into that in a minute. Slater policies and procedures. This is a wicked useful bit of information here. I am the webmaster of the Slater website, so I'm saying it's very good. I mean, full of information. Not that it's very good. Anyway, sorry. So you can get to the website here. I already have it open here. There is a plethora of information here, from the site safety plan to the two videos in English and in Spanish that Mr. Tucker and Miss Gage put together. There is the Santa Rosa City School handbook for parents in Spanish and English. There is Parent Square information. There are questions that are site specific. There's lots of information, and I highly recommend that you access this. So we're going to scroll back up. Policies and procedures. So here are all of the policies. So coming to school, pick up and drop off. So we are team turquoise. And this is important because this correlates to where parents you will drop off your student if you choose to drive them to school. And I'll show you the map that's right here. So here's the map of Slater. Our classrooms are right here, 42 and 43. Oops. Right there. Parents will be dropping off along Sonoma Avenue here, and you may come, on the sidewalk here into the parking lot, and you may drop your student off here. We are asking that parents please do not park in the parking lot. It is intended for staff and students only, and buses, and it can become crowded very quickly. So we are asking that all parents just park right here, wicked quick, and drop off your student along Sonoma Avenue. And the reason for the quickness of it is, Santa Rosa City School policy during this time has broken people into two categories, either essential visitors or non-essential visitors. Essential visitors are those who must be on campus, such as teachers or staff, and they will follow this check-in policy. Non-essential visitors will not be allowed on campus, and campus visitors, and unfortunately including parents, are not permitted during this time. And so the expectation, though, because we do understand our students are are special, but because of our students' demographic, we are allowing you, to drop your students off at our check-in station just outside the door, and I'll show you where that is in a second, and then quickly leave campus. And the reason for this is just to mitigate any exposure potential. Before you arrive, parents will be expected to submit a self-assessment via Parent Square each day. You will self-assess your symptoms, you will check your thermometer or temperature, and then you will report that you have done so. There is a video here to explain how you will do your daily check-in. Once here, we will be performing a symptoms check of your student. So they will be escorted off from the bus drop-off zone to designated spots outside of room 43. And the students will approach the screening desk, they'll have their temperature taken, and then they'll go through a health check to see if they have any of the following symptoms. Students who are demonstrating any symptoms potentially during the time of drop-off will be taken to an isolation tent, and then parents will be contacted. And it is asked that students stay home for 14 days until they take part in distance learning during that time. Face masks are required. We acknowledge that this could be challenging for your students, and we're prepared to help you and support you through this process, but mask wearing will be expected. We have designated break spaces outside for students to take breaks when they're taking their masks off, but they must wear them when they're inside. If a face mask is a challenge, we also have alternative face masks, which are face shields with a drape that gets tucked into their shirt. But this will be a conversation that we will have individually, and it will probably involve a meeting with administration to go over how to support your student the best. The classroom. Here's a picture of the classroom. All of the desks have been broken up into safe zones. Everybody receives a 4-foot by 4-foot square. There are 2 color squares for each one, with the exception of green. There are 2 red, 2 orange, 2 yellow, 2 blue, 2 purple. And there is an A-team desk and a B-team desk. All students will have their own desk, and they will not share desk spaces with any student. A desks will be occupied on A days, and B desks will be occupied on B days. Backpacks will be left outside in designated spaces. We do this to minimize the number of materials going in and out of the classroom. Students and personnel will enter through room 43, Mr. Sanders, wash their hands, and this will be supported by a staff member. The sink will be sanitized between each use. Students will then sit at their designated desks, and at their desk, they will have a Chromebook. Here you go. You do not need to bring your student's Chromebook to and from school. They'll have their student work. They'll have their morning binder, a pencil box equipped with all necessary supplies, including hand sanitizer, and each desk will have plexiglass. These pictures, there is no plexiglass on the desk because it has not arrived yet. And then finally, there will be no sharing of resources between students. So here is a map of the classroom that I did a mock-up for. So students will enter here outside of Mr. Sanders' room, and there is a screening station. Upon being cleared, they will enter into room 43, Mr. Sanders' door, and they will go into the bathroom and wash their hands. Sanders' class is closed to students. It's storage and one-to-one space for specialists. If the bathroom is occupied, then the individuals will enter through the office and into the classroom. We have a separate entrance and exit designated per CDC guidelines, and we are adhering to CDC and California State public health guidelines as strictly as possible. The kitchen will be closed to students. Once washing their hands, students will go to their desks and begin their morning binders and take out their Chromebooks and get logged in and so on. This is the reading area that is currently closed. This is Mrs. King's desk. One camera is here in the front of the room that's filming the class, and then one camera is here on the side that is filming instruction. And then here's my projector space here. Outside, we have our break space, so a stimming zone up and down if students need to rock and jump and run and have a break. We'll also have circles in the grass out here for students to take a break outside with their masks off and remain safe. All right, packet distribution. Who will be getting their packets delivered them? Distance learning students and B-team students. And this is because A-team students will receive their work when they come to school on Monday. When will work be delivered? Same time as usual, between 9:30 and 10:30 a.m. And we are distributing just 1 week's worth of work at a time. And this is because we are trying to keep track of two separate groups, an A team and a B team, as well as a distance learning group. And to keep everybody on the same page, we're just doing 1 week at a time. So no more month-long packets. You will just have your work for the week and bring it in. A team, you are going to come to Slater Monday morning and receive your new week's worth of work here. And then you will bring home any unfinished work Tuesday evening to do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. B team packets will be delivered to your homes Monday morning, and you'll work through your packets and seesaws, and then Monday through Wednesday, and then you'll bring any unfinished work to school on Thursday and Friday to finish. Distance learning students, your packets will be delivered to your homes Monday as well, and you will work through the packets and the seesaw assignments. You will follow the same Zoom schedule that we have been established. I'm going to click here, right here. You know it well. One little bit of a difference will be that distance learning students, you will be assigned new general education teachers. We are still figuring out what this will look like, but we will support your student no matter what. PE and elective assignments will be modified and posted on our Seesaw class, so you do not have to stress out about that. Our daily schedule is here. Here is a breakdown of everything we are doing. There's an overview of it, so when the distance learners and the B teams will Zoom in, what will be happening during specific times. Brunch will be outside on grass circles, and everything come back in, transition, wash hands, quiet reading while we prep for Zoom. With speech, Zoom will be zoomed into the classroom, or speech will be zoomed into the classroom. Pick up your lunch and go. Lunch will be a grab and go, no eating at Slater. It is expected the student will take the lunch on the bus and go home. I have concerns about that as well as you might in terms of eating on the bus. Bus company says they're prepared for it, but if you could help front-load your student that they have to bring their food home before they eat it, it would be greatly appreciated. Weekly lesson plan will be posted. I apologize that this hasn't been updated. Last week was incredibly busy getting this ready, getting school ready. As you can see, I'm doing this on spring break in the classroom. So we're working very hard to get everything ready for you to be as safe as possible. This will be updated on Mondays and follow through, so you will keep up with what's going on in the classroom at home. And then lastly, here is resources page. We have social stories on each of these is a social story. Here's one on, or a bunch on COVID. Here's what mask wearing is. Here is school routines. Oops, a daisy. I clicked on one by accident. For instance, here is one, staying my cool is getting closed. It's not staying closed. Sorry, I didn't mean to click on that. Washing your hands. There is data sheets for helping support mask wearing. Here is a BCBA article about with 12 steps to support your student. Like I said, mask wearing is an expectation. First video so far we have is of Mr. Tucker demonstrating the drop-off procedure. And the next video that will be coming next week will be of the drop-off procedure as well as the screening and entry into the classroom procedure. So I believe that is it. On Class Dojo, I have posted assignments, or excuse me, events for you under Class Story. So we have a back to school night right here with Mr. Sanders and myself. It will be a live Zoom session on March 30th from 6:30 to 7:30. We have our A team first day of instruction. We have our B team first day of instruction. Please, I really highly recommend you attend our Zoom session, even if you're a distance student, so we can answer any questions that you might have. Yes, I think that is about it. We look so forward to having your students here, and we will see you soon.